Hello and welcome to the Waunakee High School Performing Arts Center. We're so glad that you could join us for our virtual presentation of Pirates of Penzance by Gilbert and Sullivan. My name is Molly Petroff. I'm the music director for the production, along with Rick Braun, our drama director, Sarah Bartlett, our choreographer, and our entire cast and crew. We're so glad that you're here to share this experience. This has been a difficult year for theater and music and the performing arts for sure. But when we started this project way back in the fall, we envisioned something that would be flexible, that would be patient, that would allow us to explore drama and theater and singing in the safest way possible while still providing a way for our kids to perform and to be able to share that with our community. Our adventure began in February completely virtual. Our auditions were in Zoom, our music rehearsals in Zoom. We learned everything virtually, and students submitted their own individual recordings of their singing that I took and edited together to make a whole. All the music that you hear from this show is all of our students edited together before we even got on stage. And I want to thank Brooksy Belke for all of her piano playing to help us with that as well. Once we got on stage, which we were so excited to do to welcome our kids back into this beautiful space to work, we took that music and Sarah Bartlett choreographed and blocked all of those scenes for the students, while Rick Braun helped with the timing of the comedic timing and drama aspects, as well as all of the lighting and sound and sets, and we were able to put all of that together. Each night we do a new scene and we record those scenes after we had them well rehearsed. And then once we had all of those scenes done, we did a lot of editing to put that video and music together for your final product that you'll hear tonight. The amount of work that students have done this year to make this happen, the perseverance that they showed has just been so heartwarming, and I think you're gonna love what you see. We rely heavily on ticket sales to fund our musical. In fact, we don't have a budget. So we really need your help to allow us to continue to do great theater here in Waunakee. I've put a site up above that you can go to help donate what you think is fair for your ticket sales to watch this show. And we would really love to have your support to help us continue to do this in the future, so that when we start our next show, we have funding to be able to buy the rights for the next show we do. So thank you for any support you can give. We very much appreciate it. And now it's time to start the show. We hope you love our version of Gilbert and Sullivan's The Pirates of Penzance.
Rises from indentures freed, strong his arm and keen his hand is his, a pirate now indeed.
Here's good luck to Frederick's Frederick's out of his indentures. Pour a boy the pirate sherry, fill the pirate glass, and to make us more than merry, let the pirate bumper pass.
My friends, I thank you all from my heart for your kindly wishes. Would that I could repay them as they deserve.
What do you mean?
Well, today I am out of my indentures, and today I leave you forever. Yes, I have done my best for you, and why? Well, 'Tis my duty under my indentures, and I am the slave of duty. As a child, I was regularly apprenticed to your band. It was through an error. No matter, the error was ours, not yours. And in honor, I was bound by it.
In error? What error?
I mustn't tell you. It would reflect upon my well-loved Ruth.
Nay, dear master, my mind has long been gnawed by the conquering truth of mystery. Better have it out at once.
When Frederick was a little lad, he proved so brave and daring. His brother thought he'd prentice him to some career seafaring. I was a lass his nursery maid, and so it fell to my lot to take and bind the promising boy apprentice to a pilot. A life not bad for a hardy lad, though surely not a high lot. Oh, I'm a nurse, you might do worse than make your boy a pilot. I was a stupid nursery maid on breakers often steering, and I could not catch the word aright through being hard of hearing, mistaking my instructions within my brain did gyrate. I took and bound the promising boy apprentice to a pirate. A sad mistake it was to make and doom him to a pilot. I bound him to a pirate you instead of to a pilot.
Pardon, Frederick, pardon!
Right, sweet one, I have long pardoned you.
The two words were so much alike!
They were, they still are, though years have rolled over their heads. But tonight, my obligation ceases. Individually, I love you all with affection unspeakable. But collectively, I look upon you with the disgust that amounts to absolute detestation. Oh, pity me, my beloved friends, for it is my sense of duty that once out of my indentures, I shall feel myself bound to devote my heart and soul to your extermination.
Well, Frederick, if you conscientiously feel that it is your duty to destroy us, we cannot blame you for acting on that conviction. Always act in accordance with the dictates of your conscience, my boy, and chance the consequences.
Besides, we can offer you but little temptation to remain with us. We don't seem to make piracy pay. I'm sure I don't know why, but we don't.
I know why, but alas, I mustn't tell you. It wouldn't be right.
Why not, my boy? It's only 11:30. I drew one of us until the clock strikes 12.
True. And until then, you are bound to protect our interests.
Well, then it is my duty as a pirate to tell you that you are too tender-hearted. You make a point of never attacking a weaker party. And when you attack a stronger party, you invariably get thrashed.
Well, there is some truth in that.
But then again, you make a point of never attacking an orphan.
Of course. We are orphans ourselves, and we know what it is.
True. However, it is got about, and at what cost? Everyone we capture says he's an orphan. The last 3 ships we took proved to be manned entirely by orphans, and so we had to let them go. One would think that Great Britain's mercantile navy was recruited solely from orphan asylums, which we know is not the case.
But hang it all, you wouldn't have us absolutely merciless.
That is my difficulty. Till 12 o'clock, I would. After 12, I would not. Was ever a man placed in so delicate a situation?
And Ruth! You do love so well, and who has won her middle-aged way into your boyish heart? What is to become of her?
Oh, he will take him with you.
Well, Ruth, I feel some difficulty about you. It is true I admire you very much, but I have been constantly at sea since I was 8 years old. Yours is the only woman's face I've seen at that time. I think it is a sweet face.
It is. Oh, it
I say I think it is. That is my impression, but since I've never had the chance of comparing you with other women, I may just be mistaken.
True.
Then, in justice to her and consideration for you, I will not be so selfish, and I will leave her behind.
No, no, Frederick, this cannot be. We are rough men. We are rough men. But we are not so utterly heartless as to deprive thee of thy love. I do not think one here would rob thee of this inestimable treasure for all the world holds dear.
Not one.
No, I didn't think so. Keep thy love, Frederick. Keep thy love.
You're very good, I'm sure.
Well, it's the top of the time. We must be off. Farewell, Frederick. Once your process of extermination begins, let our deaths be as swift and as painless as you can conveniently make them.
I will. By the love I have for you, I swear it. Well, you could render this extermination unnecessary to accompany me back to civilization.
No, Frederick, this cannot be. I don't think much of our profession, but contrasted with respectability, it is comparatively honest. No, Frederick, I shall live and die a pirate king.
Hi!
Oh, better far to live and die under the brave black flag I fly than play a sanctimonious part with a pirate head and a pirate heart. Away to the cheating world go you, where pirates all are well to do. But I'll be true to the song I sing and live and die a pirate king, for I am a pirate king. And it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king, for I am a pirate king.
The pirate king.
And it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king.
It is hurrah for the pirate king.
Hurrah for the pirate king.
Master, do not leave me. I cannot live if I'm left behind.
Ruth, tell me candidly and without reserve, compared with other women, how are you?
I will answer you truthfully, Master. I have a slight cold, but otherwise I'm quite well.
I'm sorry to hear about your cold, but I was referring rather to your personal appearance. Compared with other women, are you beautiful?
Well, I have been told so, dear Master.
Ah. But lately?
Oh. No. Years and years ago.
What do you think of yourself?
Oh, it is a delicate question to answer, but I think I am a fine woman.
That is your candid opinion?
Oh, yes, I should be deceiving you if I told you otherwise.
Thank you, Ruth. I believe you. For I'm sure you would not practice on my inexperience. Ah, surely I hear voices! Who has ventured to my all but inaccessible land? Can it be a custom house? I do not think it is a custom house.
Confusion! It is the voices of young girls! If he is to see them, then I am lost!
Well, that's marvelous. A bevy of beautiful maidens!
Lost! Lost! Lost!
Even the plainest of them is so beautiful. Such grace, such delicacy. Ruth told me she was beautiful. Oh, false one, you have deceived me.
Deceived you?
Yes, deceived me. You told me you were fair as gold.
And, dear Master, am I not so?
Now I see you're plain and old.
Oh, I'm sure not a jot so.
Upon my innocence you play.
I'm not the one to plot so.
Your face is lined. Your hair is gray.
Gradually it's got so.
Oh, faithless one to deceive me, I who trusted so.
Master,
hear me ere you go. My love, without reflecting, oh, do not be rejecting. Take a maiden tender, her affection raw and green. Its very highest rating has been accumulating. Some is 17. Some is 17. Oh, don't, beloved master!
That's your former master!
Crush me with disaster!
Saves you from disaster!
What is such a dower to the dower I have here?
Your love would be incomparably perfect. It is clear.
My love, unabating, has been accumulating 47 years.
If, as you are stating, it's been accumulating 47 years! What shall I do? I cannot appear in front of these maidens in such horrid clothing. I must maintain close concealment until I can appear in some decent clothing.
Climbing over rocky mountains, skipping rivulet and fountain, passing where the willows quiver, passing where the willows quiver by the ever-running river, swollen with the summer rain, threading long and leafy mazes, dotted with unnumbered daisies, dotted with unnumbered daisies, scaling rough and rugged passes, climbing hardy little lasses, till the bright seashore they gain. Scaling rough and rugged passes, climbing hardy little lasses, till the bright seashore they gain.
What a picturesque spot! I wonder where we are. And I wonder where poor Papa is. We have left him ever so far behind. Oh, he will be here shortly. Remember, poor Papa is not as young as we are, and we have travelled over a rather difficult country. But how delightful it is to be so entirely alone. Why, in all probability, we are the first human beings to set foot on this enchanting spot. Except the mermaids. It is the very place for mermaids. We're only human beings down to the waist. And can't be said to set foot strictly anywhere. For tails they may, but feet they cannot. But what shall we do until Papa and the servants arrive with the luncheon? We are quite alone, and the sea is as smooth as glass. Suppose we take off our shoes and stockings and paddle? Oh, yes, the very thing.
Stop, ladies, pray! I had not intended on intruding upon your notice in this effective but alarming costume, but under these peculiar circumstances, I feel it is my bounden duty to inform you that your proceedings do not go unwitnessed.
But who are you, sir? Speak!
I am a pirate! Ladies, do not shun me, for tonight I renounce my vile profession. Oh, pure, peerless maidens, blushing buds of ever-blooming beauty, I soar at heart and implore your kind assistance.
How pitiful his tale.
How rare his beauty! How rare his beauty! Poor wandering one, though thou hast surely strayed, take heart of grace, thy steps retrace, wandering one. Poor wandering one, if such poor love as mine can help thee find true peace of mind, why take must surely strayed. Take heart of grace, thy steps retrace, a poor wandering one. Wandering one. Wandering one. Steady short, take heart. Take mine, take ours. Take heart. Take heart. Take mine. Take heart, no danger, Lord. Take any heart but ours. Take heart, take heart, take any heart but ours. Take heart. What ought we to do? Gentle sister, say. Propriety we know says we ought to stay, while sympathy exclaims, free them from your tether, play at other games, leave them here together. Her case may any day be yours, my dear, or mine. Let her make her hay while the sun does shine. Let us compromise. Our hearts are not of leather. Let us shut our eyes and talk about the weather. Yes, yes, let's talk about the weather. How beautifully blue the sky, the clouds is rising very high. Continue, mine, I hope it may, and yet it rained but yesterday. Tomorrow it may pour again. I hear the country wants some rain. If people say I know not why, that we shall have a warm July. Tomorrow it may pour again. I hear the country wants some rain. If people say I know not why, that we shall have a warm July. Tomorrow it may pour again. Did ever maiden wake from dream of only duty, to find a daylight break with such exceeding beauty? Did ever maiden close her eyes on waking sadness, to dream of such exceeding gladness?
Ah yes, this is exceeding gladness.
How beautifully blue the sky, the clouds is rising very high. Continue, fine, I hope it may, and yet it rained but yesterday. Tomorrow it may pour again. I hear the country wants some rain. If people say I know not why, that we shall have a warm July. Tomorrow it may pour again. I hear the country wants some rain. If people say I know not why, that we shall have a warm July. Tomorrow it may pour again. I
Ever pirate lull his soul in guilty dreaming, and wake to find that soul with peace and virtue beaming.
How beautifully blue the sky, the clouds is rising very high. Continue, fine, and I hope it may, and yet it rained but yesterday. Continue, fine, and I hope it may, and yet it rained but yesterday.
Never made it close to sake his find that journey
People say I know not why, that we shall have a warm July. People say I know not why, that we shall have a warm
Stay, we must not lose our senses. Men who stick at no offenses will anon be here. Piracy, the dreadful trade is prey. You get your handsome ladies while the coast is clear.
No, we mustn't lose our senses. If they stick at no offenses, we should not be here. Piracy, the dreadful trade is nice. Companions, my ladies, let us kiss our... Too late, too late.
Oh, ha, 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 oh, 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 oh.
Hot monsters.
father is a major general.
We'd better beware or danger may befall. Their father is a major general.
Yes, he is a major general.
Yes, I am a major general.
For he is a major general.
He is a rough and major general.
And it is a glorious thing to be a major general.
It is hurrah for the major general, hurrah for the major general.
I am the very mortal of a mortal major general. I've information, vegetable, animal, and mineral. I know the kings of England and I quote the fights historical, from Marathon to Waterloo in order categorical. I'm very well acquainted too with matters mathematical. I understand equations both the simple and quadratical. About binomial theorem I'm teeming with a lot of news, with many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse.
Many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse.
I'm very good at integral and differential calculus. I know the scientific names of beans and animalculus. In short, in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very mortal of a mortal major general.
In short, in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, he is the very model of a modern major general.
For my military knowledge, though I'm plucky and adventurous, has only been brought down to the beginning of the century. But still in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very mortal of a mortal major general.
But still in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, he is the very model of a modern major general.
And now that I have introduced myself, I should like to have some idea of what is going on.
Permit me to explain in 2 words. We propose to marry your daughters.
Oh, but you mustn't do that. May I ask? This is a, picturesque uniform, but I'm not familiar with it. What are you?
We are all single gentlemen.
Yes, I gathered that. Anything else?
No, nothing else.
Okay.
Papa, don't listen to them. They are pirates, the famous Pirates of Penzance.
The Pirates of Penzance? Yes, I have often heard of them.
All except this gentleman, who was a pirate once, but who is freed of his indentures today, and who means to lead a blameless life evermore.
But wait a bit, I object to pirates as son-in-laws.
Well, we object to major generals as fathers-in-law, but we waive that point. We look over it.
Huh. My dear. And do you mean to say that you would deliberately rob me of my daughters, the sole remaining props of my old age, and leave me to go through the remainder of my life unfriended, unprotected, and alone?
Well, yes, that's the idea.
I ask you I ask you, have you ever known what it is to be an orphan?
Not again.
I ask you, have you ever known what it is to be an orphan?
Orphan?
Yes, orphan. Have you ever known what it is to be one?
I say, orphan.
I don't think we quite understand one another. I ask you, have you ever known what it is to be an orphan? And you say, orphan. As I understand you, you are merely repeating the word orphan to show that you understand me.
I didn't repeat the word orphan.
Pardon me, you did indeed.
No, only once.
True, but you repeated it. Stop. I think I see where we are getting confused. When you say orphan, do you mean orphan, a person who has lost his parents, or orphan frequently?
I beg pardon. Frequently.
You said often, frequently.
No, only once.
True, you've said often, frequently, only once. Oh, men of dark and dismal fate, forego your cruel employ. Have pity on my lonely state. I am an orphan boy.
An orphan boy?
These children who you see are all that I can call my own. Take them away from me, and I shall indeed be alone. If pity you can feel, leave me my sole remaining joys. See, at your feet they kneel. Your hearts they cannot steal against the sad, sad tale of the lonely orphan boy. I'm telling a terrible story, but it doesn't diminish my glory, for they would have taken my daughters over the billowy waters.
It's an easy and elegant diction to call it an innocent fiction, but it comes in the same category as telling a regular story.
Although our dark career sometimes involves the crime of stealing, we'd rather think that we're not altogether void of feeling. Although we live by strife, we're always sorry to begin it. For what we ask is life without a touch of poetry in it.
Will poetry thou hand or maid avail divine Aeolian?
You are free to go, for we have pardoned you. Honorary members of our band, we do elect.
For he is an orphan boy.
Yes, hurrah, the orphan boy.
And it sometimes is a useful thing to be an orphan boy.
Yes, hurrah, the orphan boy, hurrah, the orphan Oh, dry the glistening tear that dews that martial cheek. Thy lovely children here, in them thy comfort seek. With sympathetic care their arms around thee greet. For oh, they cannot bear to see their father weep.
Oh, Frederick, cannot you, in the calm excellence of your wisdom, reconcile it with your conscience to say something that will relieve my father's sorrow?
I will try, dear Mabel, but why does he sit here night after night in this grotty old ruin?
Why do I sit here to escape from the pirates' clutches? I describe myself as an orphan. Heaven help me, I am no orphan. I come here to humble myself before the tombs of my ancestors and to implore their pardon for having brought dishonor on the family shield.
But you forget, sir, you only bought the property a year ago, and the stucco on your baronial castle is scarcely dry.
Frederick, in this chapel our ancestors, you cannot deny that, With the estate, I bought the chapel and its contents. I don't know whose ancestors they were, but I know whose ancestors they are. And I shudder to think that the descent by purchase, if I so may describe myself, should have brought dishonor on what I have no doubt was an unstained shield.
Be comforted. Had you not acted as you did, I am sure they would have alerted the nearest clergyman, and they would have married your large family on the spot.
I thank you for your preferred solace, but it is unavailing. I assure you, Frederick, that such is the anguish and remorse I feel at the abominable falsehood by which that I would escape these easily deluded pirates, that I would go to their simple-minded chief and confess all, if I did not fear that the consequences would be most disastrous to myself. When does your expedition march against these scoundrels?
At 11, and by 12 I hope to have atoned for my involuntary association with the pestilence scourges, by sweeping them from the face of the earth. And then, dear Mabel, you will be mine.
Are your devoted followers at hand?
They are. They only await my orders.
Then, Frederick, let your escort lion-hearted be summoned to receive a general's blessing ere thou depart upon thy dreaded venture.
Dear sir, they come.
Foeman bears his steel, we in comfortable feel, and we find the wisest thing is to slap our chests and sing tarantara. For when threatened with the mutes, and your heart is in your boots, there is nothing brings it round like the trumpet's martial sound, like the trumpet's martial sound.
Go, ye heroes, go to glory, go ye die in combat glory. Ye shall live in song and story, go to immortality, go to death and go to slaughter. Die and every Cornish daughter, with the tears your grave shall water. Go ye heroes, go.
Away, away, yes, yes, we go. These pirates slay, then do not stay, then why this delay? Alright, we go.
Yes, forward on the foe. Yes, forward on the foe.
Yes, but you don't go.
We go. Yes, forward on the foe. Yes, forward on the foe.
Yes, but you don't go.
We go.
At last they go, at last they go, at last they really go.
And now, for the pirate's lair. Oh, sweet relief, oh, joy unbounded, oh, rapture and example. I, for the act of theft and pillage, though its duties during dictation, have been guilty.
Young Frederick.
Who calls?
Your late commander!
And I, your little Ruth.
Oh, mad intruders, how dare ye face me? Know ye not, O rash ones, that I have doomed you to extermination?
Have mercy on us ere you slaughter. Hear us.
I do not think I ought to be merciful. Yet mercy should alloy our stern resentment, and so I will be merciful. Say on.
For some ridiculous reason, to which I have no desire to be disloyal, someone in authority, most likely the Astronomer Royale, has decided that although for such a beastly month as February, 28 days as a rule are plenty. 1 year in every 4, his days shall be reckoned as 9 and 20. Through some singular coincidence, I wouldn't be surprised if it were owing to the agency of an ill-natured fairy. You fell victim of this clumsy arrangement, having been born on a leap year on the 29th of February. And so, by a simple arithmetical process, you'll easily discover that, though you've lived 21 years, if we go by birthdays, you're only 5 and a little bit over.
This is most curious, most absurdly whimsical. 5 1/4. No one would think it to look at me.
You're glad now, I'll be bound, that you spared us. Oh, you would have never forgiven yourself when you had discovered you had killed 2 of your comrades.
My comrades?
I'm afraid you don't appreciate the delicacy of your position. You were apprenticed to us.
Until I reached my 21st year.
No, until you reached your 21st birthday. And, if we're going by birthdays, you're only 5 1/4.
Put it on that footing. As I was merciful to you just now, be merciful to me. I implore you not to insist on the letter of your bond, just as a cup of happiness is at my lips.
Oh, we insist on nothing. We merely content ourselves in pointing out to you your duty.
Your duty.
You have appealed to my sense of duty, and my duty is only too clear. I abhor your infamous calling. I shudder at the thought that I have ever been mixed up with it, but duty is before all. At any price, I will do my duty.
Bravely spoken. Come, you are one of us once more.
Lead on, I follow. Oh, horror!
What is it?
Ought I to tell you? No, I cannot do it. And yet, as one of your band...
Speak out! I charge you by that sense of conscientiousness to which we have never yet appealed in vain.
General Stanley, the father of my Mabel.
Yes.
Yes? Yes?
He escaped from you on the plea that he was an orphan.
He did?
I hate to betray the father of the girl I adore, but as one of your band, I have no alternative. General Stanley is no orphan.
What?
More than that, he never was one.
Am I to understand that to save his contemptible life, he dared practice on our credulous simplicity? No. His death will be swift and terrible. We will go attack Tremorton Castle this very night.
But stay,
Not a word. He is doomed.
Away, away, my heart's on fire. I burn this base deception to repay. This very night, my vengeance dire shall gut itself in gore. Away, away.
Away, away, ere I expire, I find my duty hard to do today. My heart is filled with anguish dire, it strikes me to the core. Away, away.
With false and foul he tricked us of our brides. Let vengeance all the pirate so decides. Our nature stirred he softened with his lies, and in return tonight the traitor dies.
Yes,
Yes, tonight the traitor dies.
Yes,
Yes, tonight the traitor dies.
All is prepared. Your gallant crew await you. My Frederick in tears? It cannot be that Lionheart quails at the coming conflict.
No, Mabel, no. A terrible disclosure has just been made. I am bound to serve the Pirate King until my 120th birthday.
But you are 21.
As I have just discovered, it turns out I have been born on leap year. And that birthday will not be reached by me till 1940.
Oh, horrible! Catastrophe appalling!
And so, farewell.
No! No! Oh, Frederick, hear me!
Ah, leave me not to pine alone and desolate. No fate seemed fairer
must I leave thee here in endless night to dream, where joy is dark and drear, and sorrow all supreme, where nature day by day will sing in altered tone this weary round delay. He loves thee, he is gone. Fa la la la, fa la la la. He loves thee, he is gone. Fa la la la, fa la.
In 1940, I of age shall be, and then I'll return for you. Now claim you, I swear it.
It seems so long.
Promise me that by then you'll be true to me.
Yes, I'll be strong. By all the Stanleys dead and gone, I swear it. No, I'll be brave. Family descent, how great thy charm, thy sway how excellent. Come, one and all, undaunted men in blue, a crisis now, affairs are coming to. Sergeant, approach. Young Frederick was to have led you to death and glory.
That's not a pleasant way of putting it.
No matter, he will not so lead you, for he has allied himself once more with his old associates.
And shamefully.
You speak falsely. You know nothing about it. He has acted nobly.
He has acted nobly.
Dearly as I loved him before, his heroic sacrifice to his sense of duty has endeared him to me tenfold. He has done his duty, I will do mine. Go ye and do yours.
Righto. This is perplexing.
Sir, we cannot understand it at all.
Still, as he is actuated by a sense of duty,
That makes a difference, of course.
At the same time, we repeat, we do not understand it at all. No.
but still, our course is clear. We must do our best to capture these pirates alone. It is distressing to us to be the agents whereby our erring fellow creatures are deprived of that liberty which to us we hold dear. But we should have thought of that before we joined the force. It is too late now.
A rollicking band of pirates we, who tired of tossing on the sea, are trying their hand at a burglary with weapons grim and gory.
Hush, hush, I hear them on the manor poaching. With stealthy steps the pirates are approaching.
We are not coming for plate or gold, a story General Stanley's told. We seek a penalty 50-fold for General Stanley's story.
With stealthy step, the pirates are coming with stealthy stride. Our obvious course is now to hide.
To run, to rock, to run, to run. 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 To run, to rock, to run, to run.
With cat-like tread, upon our prey we steal, a silence dread, a cautious way we feel. No sound at all, we never speak a word, a fly's footfall would be distinctly heard. So stealthily the pirate creeps, while all the house will soundly sleeps. Come, friends who plow the sea, truce to navigation, take another station. Let's bury piracy with a little burglary. Come, friends who plow the sea, truce to navigation, take another station. Let's bury piracy with a little burglary.
wit. Your silent matches, your dark lantern sees. Take your fall and your skeletonic keys. With cat-like tread, inside the tread. With cat-like tread, upon our way we steer. In silence dread, our cautious way we feel. No sound at all, we never speak a word. A fly's footfall would be distinctly heard. Come, friends, who cloudlessly trust in navigation. Take another station. Let's play piracy with the lens of our friend and love. Upon the way we steer. In silent dread, our cautious way we feel.
Hush, hush, not a word. I see a light inside. The Major General comes so quickly, we must hide.
Yes, yes. Shh. The Major General comes.
Yes, yes, the Major General comes.
Yes, yes, the Major General comes. Tormented with the anguish dread of falsehood unatoned, I lay upon my sleepless bed and tossed and turned and groaned. The man who finds his conscience ache no peace at all enjoys. And as I lay in bed awake, I thought I heard a noise.
He thought he heard a noise, ha ha!
No, all is still on dale and hill. My mind is set at ease. So still the scene, it must have been the sign of the breeze.
Sighing softly to the river comes the loving breeze, setting nature all a quiver, rustling through the trees. Through the trees. And the brook in rippling measure laughs for very love, while the poplars in their pleasure wave their arms above.
Yes, the trees for very love wave their leafy arms above. Pretty brook, thy dream is over, for thy love is but a rover. Sad the lot of poplar trees, courted by a fickle breeze. Sad the lot of poplar trees, courted by a fickle breeze.
Now what is this and what is that, and why does father leave his rest at such a time of night as this, so very incompletely dressed? Dear father isn't always was the most methodical of men, and is invariable rule to go to bed at 10:30. What strange occurrence can it be that caused your father from his rest in such a time of night as this, so very incompletely dressed? So very incompletely dressed. At such a time of night.
Forward, my men, and seize that general there. His life is over.
The pirates of despair.
Yes, we're the pirates of despair.
Frederick here, oh joy, oh rapture, summon your men and effect their capture.
Frederick, save us.
Beautiful Mabel, I would if I could, but I am not able.
Telling the truth, he is not able.
With
With base deceit, you worked up on our feelings. Revenge is sweet and flavors all our dealings. With courage rare and resolution manly, for death prepare, unhappy General Stanley.
Is he to die, unshaven and unnailed? Oh, spare him! Will no one in his cause a weapon wield? Oh, spare him!
Yes, we are here, though hitherto concealed. So to constabulary pirates yield.
We triumph now, for well we trow your mortal careers cut short. No pirate hand will take his stand at the Central Criminal Court.
To gain a brief advantage you've contrived, but your proud triumph will not be long-lived.
Don't say you're orphans, for we know that game.
On your allegiance we've a stronger claim. We charge you yield. We charge you yield. In Queen Victoria's name.
We yield at once with humbled mien, because with all our faults we love our queen.
Away with them and place them at the bar.
A moment! Let me tell you who these gentlemen are. They are no gentlemen of the common throng, for they are all noblemen who have gone wrong.
No Englishman unmoved from that statement here appears, for with all our faults we love our house appears. I pray you pardon me, ex-pirate king. Resume your ranks and your legislative duties, and take my daughters, all of whom are beauties.
Poor wandering ones, though ye have surely strayed, take heart of grace, your steps redress. Wandering ones, poor wandering ones, if such poor love as ours can help you find true peace of mind, why take it? It is yours. Wandering one, wandering one, wandering one, wandering one.
Take heart, fair days will shine. Take heart, fair days will shine. Take heart.
With cat-like tread upon our prey we steal, a silent dread, a cautious way we feel. No sound at all, we never speak a word. A fly's footfall would be distinctly heard. So stealthily the pirate creeps, while all the household soundly sleeps. Come, friends who plow the sea, truce to navigation, take another station. Let's bury piracy with a little burglary. Come, friends who plow the sea, truce to navigation, take another station. Let's bury piracy with a little burglary.
Here's your crowbar and your centribit, your life preserver you may want to hit. Your silent matches, your dark lantern, see